Welcome once again to Commander by Danon. Today's video was brought to us by longtime Patreon supporter Roxy. Huge thanks to Roxy and the rest of my Patreon supporters. Roxy reached out asking for a deck led by Narcy, Fable singer, and I was more than happy to help her out. If you're enjoying my content, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate the support, and if you like the deck list, consider sharing this video as well. Narcy, Fable singer is a 4-mana 3/3 legendary human bard with lifelink. Whenever we sacrifice an enchantment, we draw a card. Additionally, whenever the final chapter of a saga we control resolves, each opponent loses X life and we gain X life, where X is that saga's mana value. Now, before we get into the deck list, the Praetors who turn into sagas are not in this deck. First of all, you have to build the whole deck around transforming them into sagas. Secondly, when they are sagas, they have a 0 mana value, so there is no synergy with our commander. Instead, I focus the deck around high mana value sagas. But before we get to our deck list, a quick word from our sponsor, Ultimate Guard. Ultimate Guard is famous for their boulder, and they now have the new Boulderin tray. Designed to carry both your commander deck and enough dice to satisfy anyone but a dice goblin, you can get yours in a variety of colors, like the onyx one seen here. Find it if your local game store carries the Ultimate Guard Boulderin tray, or click on the link down below to order yourself one from Amazon. In order to build a functional commander deck, you need lots of different pieces, which is why I try to rely on my handy-dandy checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. One last announcement before we get into our video. In addition to streaming on Twitch, I will be dual streaming on a new YouTube channel as well. Check out Gaming with Danon if you want to catch me live. Command Tower, Exotic Orchard, Marsh Flats, Verdant Catacombs, Windswept Heath, Arid Mesa, Bloodstained Mire, Misty Rainforest, Indatha Triome, Godless Shrine, Overgrown Tomb, Temple Garden, Vault of Champions, Undergrowth Stadium, Bountiful Promenade, Shattered Sanctum, Deathcap Glade, Overgrown Farmland, Isolated Chapel, Woodland Cemetery, Sunpetal Grove, Shadowy Backstreet, Underground Mortuary, Lush Portico, Bajuka Bog, 3 Plains, 2 Swamps, and 5 forests make up the land base for this deck. City of Death, the Weatherseed Treaty, Jukai Naturalist, Starfield Mystic, Demon of Fate's Design, Composer of Spring, Mirari's Wake, Fertile Ground, Utopia Sprawl, Soul Ring, Wild Growth, Smothering Tithe, Thrawn Dynamo, Dryad of the Elysian Grove, and Decanter of Endless Water help us to ramp out and stay ahead of the curve. The Birth of Meletus, The Cruelty of Gix, The Restoration of Iganjo, The War in Heaven, The World Spell, Ashiok's Reaper, Eidolon of Blossoms, Enchantress's Presence, Femaref Enchantress, Mesa Enchantress, Satyr Enchanter, Setessan Champion, Sithis Harvest's Hand, Verduran Enchantress, Moonblessed Cleric, Idyllic Tutor, and Enlightened Tutor help us to dig through our deck and keep our hands full. Battle at the Hell Vault, Binding of the Old Gods, Death in Heaven, Elspeth Conquers Death, The Eldest Reborn, The Long Reach of Night, Trial of a Time Lord, Vault 11 Voter's Dilemma, Vault 13, Dweller's Journey, Beast Within, Generous Gift, Seal of Cleansing, and Seal of Doom help to keep our opponents in line. One Ring to Rule Them All, Phyrexian Scriptures, The Night of the Doctor, and Vault 75 Middle School help to reset the board as needed. Battle for Bredegard, Furge's Retribution, Genesis of the Daleks, Oath of the Grey Host, Of Herbs and Stewed Rabbit, Rite of Belzenlock, The War Games, Three Blind Mice, and Tribute to Hirobi make up the core of our deck. Supporting our plan, we've got Divine Visitation, Satsuki the Living Lore, Sterling Grove, Sigil of the Empty Throne, Historian's Boon, Strionic Resonator, Weaver of Harmony, and Wound Reflection. Now that we have our deck list, let's compare it to our checklist. 49 mana sources split between 34 lands and 15 pieces of ramp. A little light, but that's fine because we've also got 18 pieces of card advantage, counting our commander. 13 pieces of interaction, 4 board wipes, 1 piece of graveyard hate in Bajuka Bog, no sudden I win cards, but lots of value. Strionic Resonator and Weaver of Harmony help us to double up the triggers of our sagas. Wound Reflection pairs very well with our commander, doubling the damage we deal to our opponents. And Divine Visitation turns all the tokens made by our sagas into Serra Angels. I know, there is one saga that doesn't pair well with Divine Visitation. But there are a whole lot more that do. I don't know about you, but I'd rather have 5 4/4 Flying Angels with Vigilance than a 6/6 Demon and 4/0/1 Clerics. I also realized that sagas often don't fit into neat little categories. So when deciding which sagas went under which category, I tended to focus on the first effect. After all, spot removal exists, so we don't know if we'll ever get to the final chapter. Do you have a saga deck? Which commander did you choose to lead the deck? Any spicy tech? Leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cute Stuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she can be reached at cutestuff.edits@gmail.com. Link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Danon. For only $25, you too can have a commander video built at your request. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons: Waffles, Jiraiya, Danny, Muffins, Marcus, Squishy, Bread, Roxy, Sean, Pob Zombie, Mark, Borgie, Nazwin, Pedro, Tom, Cole, Midge, Jetroff, Rally, Frank, Alix, Alex, Julio, Michael, Valeri, Apricot, Slowpoke, and Conga. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander deck videos every weekday, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Danon.